honestly speaking.
It makes perfect sense because when you have someone fresh like Parasite, you cannot expect, you know, every single possibility that they could go for. So I definitely agree with that. We have Export and Kufra banned out. Standard bans, we've seen them.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think the Terizla will be bad at all because Notorious Villains may consider first picking it here. So the Valer pickup ban is going to be great here coming from the Shopee Bosskurr. And not many teams can actually deal with the Valer range, and not many teams actually want to prioritize picking a Chucky to deal with Valer, or maybe even the Gord to actually deal with the Valer itself.
Yeah, well, I really would say that this leaves a lot of options on the table as well. When we look at how they actually ban things out. So you still have Rock, you still have the Chow as well, and immediately Rush goes for that, and that also leaves Terizla out in the open. And I think that they will probably get in with that Kimmy in hand, because we saw those great win rates for the side of Azure X, and you know that he's that sort of a aggressive marksman, which likes to stay in the front line for a little bit. And with that being said, Kimmy at least have a little bit of security with those movement speed to move in and out.
Yeah, it might be a Forza Kimi here, or maybe even Azura X Kimi, but at the same time, I like the Terizla pickup just because it has the flexibility as a tag role, or maybe even off lane here. So Notorious Villains has been known to be notorious in their picks here just for the flexibility in this kind of matchups here. However, Shopee Bosskurr having the Cho and also the Cloud. So this is going to be a Parasite Cloud I'm seeing here coming from Shopee Bosskurr.
Well, I really like to see the Cloud coming online as well, especially the other teams who, of course, will be picking up things like Esmeralda, because Esmeralda could easily just go in, soak whatever damage output that she can get. And now we're heading in towards the second phase. There's still a lot of things to factor in. Are we going to see some assassins coming in? Because you know that some of these guys from Shopee Bosskurr, they are really, really good at Hayabusa.
Wow, good ban there coming from Shopee Bosskurr, knowing that the Lolita really helps out the Kimi a lot throughout all the team fights, and the shield actually compensates the Esmeralda. So Shopee Bosskurr banning Lolita, very smart of them, but at the same time, what kind of tanks is Notorious Villains going to be figuring out? Because right now, in terms of the mage department, Esmeralda is there, Gushen is pretty much in the pool to be denied, but looks like they will ban off the Franco just because they can actually catch off the Kimi, but the Dingy pickup.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Arrival Dingy.
I'm expecting this as well, because you know Kolda is one of the best Diggy players in Southeast Asia, or I must say, the world.
Could be, possibly. We will witness that in M1, possibly. Get your tickets.
I love what I'm seeing here. I love what I'm seeing, because that meteor shower is going to be really great. Same goes to that final pick of Hylos. Everyone's been raving about it after the buffs coming in, and the Ring of Fire, of course, will be doing a whole lot in fights.
Holy crap. This is going to be tough, but before that, let's take a look at what both these teams think about each other in this Tarn video.
I think Kolya wasn't playing Diggy. Maybe they didn't switch yet. Alright, it is going to be no other than your fan favorite Shopee Bosskurr going up against Notorious Villains. Singapore versus Malaysia. Who is going to take this one? To win and see. Take it away, boys.
Well, you heard the crowd. They're all shouting out for Shopee Bosskurr, but if Envy takes the win, the crowd will be silenced, and you're looking at Notorious Villains here, charging into the mid lane here. Rush getting his health chunked away by Fossa here, but then again, we're looking at a lot of safety nets for the side of Shopee Bosskurr, starting off here with a little bit of that defensive strat, and Envy already trying to steal some caps.
Yeah, I like what Envy is doing here. They're going to go for the aggression here, but revitalize, look at that! The double stacks as well, and Envy immediately full HP, and fortunately for Bosskurr, they managed to disengage in time for Forza to do enough damage to take out the rest of the teams.
Yeah, really good use of that arrival right here, because you know how squishy a Diggy could be in the early phases of the game, and they just take this without any sort of contest at all. I'm really surprised that Shopee Bosskurr is playing a little bit passively, but look at the top side. We have a little bit of challenge coming from the side of the Tamas as they try to get that River Trap, and of course, the Notorious Villains and Shopee Bosskurr have so many of all these really similar picks, and we've already seen a lot of those contests for it, but this time around, I really want to see what Korea has to offer.
Yep, and speaking of which, Envy is going to be playing to the strengths of the draft just because they have this kind of aggressive right now. Look at this, they're just going out of control, making sure that this Kimi has the safest farm possible. Having the Diggy and also the Hylos is going to be great here. And Bosskurr, will they be able to contest this? Now they're going to be sending the Grok, try and stall this aggression coming from Fenrir. But still, Fenrir is pretty much left out of control on top and Esmeralda, and I'm a little bit worried for this.
Yeah, I think that for Shopee Bosskurr side, they still need to actually ramp up on all these farms before they could actually do all too much. Now, look at Fenrir though. He's proxying the wave on the top side. Nobody's really disturbing him at all, and Shopee Bosskurr, they know that they should not give all too much of a lead, but Notorious Villains here already getting a little bit of that advantage in terms of stealing away all these camps, negating them from getting that early level 4, and Bajahat, he's just getting shoved aside, and there's so much of an action there, but it's going to be James getting challenged down low. Here comes Rush as well. This will be first blood for Shopee Bosskurr.
Ooh, the Revitalize was a little bit too late as well. Solos with the assist with the middle shower, and that will be first blood from the side of Shopee Bosskurr. That's the opening they need, and they've lost a lot of economy. Taking this turtle is going to be the key, and Envy is going to try to stop them at this same track. But if they take too long, Bosskurr, they may lose Fenrir up top, who's going to be pushing the tier 1 up top.
I really like what I'm seeing here as well, like how they've been managing to hold on for a little bit. But, you know, a little bit of overextension coming from the side of Envy, hoping for way too much. And we're looking at Azure X here playing Terizla, when previously we saw him playing a lot more marked and stuff. So Fossa here is going to be pushing it a little bit more. Kolya got hit by that Grok, and look at how much damage that cost. Yeah,
that's going to be great here. And not to mention as well, Grok have a little bit of a slight buff just because of the damage burst here. Nerf in sense where the cooldown takes a little bit longer from the power nature in this regard.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit, but it's not that great. However, Logan is going to try and make it round here, but the slows rings coming in from Hylos is going to try and catch it bait, but Logan is going to be fine. He's got those ninja moves here, even though he's a martial artist.
Well, you can say so. Of course, Logan has been really good at playing on that child, but over that 1v1 action on the top lane, it's going to be Azura X doing pretty much A-OK against that Cloud for the time being. And Fenrir here, he's soaking a little bit much, but then again, Esmeralda do as she please, because she got the whole group backing her up, and they're looking to secure the first out. But here comes Living engagement coming from the back. And it's going to be positive coming from the side of Ziggy, and in the between, it's going to be Fadan walking out alive, but they will stop him on his tracks as he will fall to the hands of Azura X, and a little bit of trade back action coming from Notorious Villains to take 2 kills.
Oh, this is going to be tough here from side Shopee Bosskurr. They need Perisai to join that team fight, and you saw how the meteor shower just got negated completely from the heals of Hylos, from the time journey from Kolya as well, and it's super tough. Not to mention as well, they needed the Cloud count online, and as of now, Shopee Bosskurr, they are going to wait for Perissa to get at least 1 item before taking the team fight, but I'm a little bit worried here because they may lose this turtle away, but seeing
coming in, going for the steal, but it will be a failed attempt. There goes Rush as well, but Valen after coming in, Fenrir with a Moonlight as well, it's just going to be disengaging after taking what they need. So a little bit of a rival coming in as well. Well, that's not definitely a rival, but then again, you can move really quickly around with the ult.
Oh, that was a tough battle for Shopee Bosskurr. They need the Blazing Duet to be in that team fight. And not to mention as well, with the negation, it's super tough. Look at this. Nice attempt to try and steal the turtle, but the overcommitment for Rush immediately gets punished from the ring punishment, from the Hylos slow, and also the slows coming from Kimi. So that was a nice try to steal the turtle buff, but I'm pretty sure Bosskurr needed that to build out the economy.
Yeah, and like Rush just did what he can to actually buy that turtle back into his hands. But look at that though, like for the first villains, they're doing so much poke damage that they don't really have to fully commit in towards any sort of team fights now. We're looking at the Demon Hunter start being finished there by Marisa, so he's going to have a little bit more of that sort of damage output if he goes in with the Blazing Duet. But here comes Logan though.
Logan trying to go to the wall charge, but the glorious pathway is going to be there here, but here comes the time journey, but no, all the damage pretty much get negated. Bosskurr, they're diving onto his Kimi, they will get the kill, and now at the same time, Azura gets the penalty zone, connects onto Solos, almost very light, but Fenrir will go in for the wraparound, cleans house, and Shopee Bosskurr, they lose 3 in the process.
Oh, this looks pretty tough for the side of Shopee Bosskurr, and the Taurus Villains, they took such a convincing flank. Look at how it all started off. They used the ult to negate all the crowd control. Yep, they did lose 1 member throughout, but look at Pajan. He got clipped at the corner of the wall, and that was the great paneling box right between, and Fenrir finishes it off with his ult, and that was such a beautiful dive. And now goals getting back in the way of Notorious Villains.
Wow, Notorious Villains here
Turtle
overcommitment coming from
soon.
Shopee Bosskurr. They needed to take out the Foresight in this process, but the game is not over yet because right now, Cho, Logan getting scouted out from the guys on Notorious Villains and they will take him out. But Solos, he needs more items. The meteor shower is there. It's going to clean up the creep wave, but you can see Notorious Villains, they have an answer to this. They have the Esmeralda, they have the time journey, and Turtle going to be getting connected as well.
Oh, here comes Russ, goes in for that still, and he managed to walk away out alive with the wall charge. But here comes the Righteous Glory as well, and James, he's gonna let loose, and there's just no way that they can get any advantage. Flicker being popped there by Perisai as well, and that is such an easy steal for Shopee Bosskurr. But I really gotta talk about that for a little bit. That meteor shower is coming out, and this is Logan in trap once again.
Oh, very cheeky plays coming from Shopee Bosskurr. Very close call there with the Turtle, almost paying me the life, but at the same time, Notorious Villains, they're okay. They lost that thing, they're gonna capitalize by taking a tier 1 and now taking the enemy's buffs as well. Shopee Bosskurr, they got the Turtle, they won that small battle, they may lose out an overall economy here, and Notorious Villains, they're still gonna be applying the pressure with Foresight on the line and Rush.
Oh no, he's just getting caught out with not even any sort of support at all. This looks pretty bad from Perisai. As he goes on, blazing duet, turns this one around. Logan coming from the back, shuts him out, but hits in the awkward angle. He does have his Way of the Dragon, but he's not using it yet. He's just gonna walk away out alive after losing out one member off. But look at the down over on the top lane, dealing with Azura X as they are going on a split.
No, nicely done there from picking off Fenrir in that process. But now, because of this, the Notorious Villains, they're gonna give a little bit of space from the side of Shopee Bosskurr, right? And Shopee Bosskurr, they need a little bit more items up on Solos. Look at this, he's got the Ice Queen 1 available on Solos, Pillagers X as well. One more item is gonna be the thing that changes the entire gameplay from side Shopee Bosskurr to make a victorious comeback. Can they hold out this aggression? Because slowly but surely, Forsa's timing is gonna close out very soon.
They just need to buy a little bit more time to at least the 12-minute mark. That's where you see a lot more of these members coming out online, but Blade of Despair has been purchased there by Fossa. And look at Fossa's stats. 2, 1, and 4. He's been around for the longest. And James, he's been causing so much trouble for Shopee Bosskurr. We look at the optimizations right here.
Yep, the optimization is really great here, but the game is not over yet because Envy right now, they've set up shop. They're gonna catch out of a rush here. Will they finish bomb? But looks like they won't disengage. War charge and missing the dot. And here comes the heal. Envy, they have to give a engaging in this here. Azura X is right by side here. If they make a mistake with Shopee Bosskurr, Azura X is gonna punish it. But seems to me they are disengaging this fight.
That's right, and of course a little bit of that golden staff they purchased once again. Perisai should have enough items to actually pick up this fight, but they definitely respected the push coming from the side of Envy, and they just let them take one more tower off. That's going to be pretty much fine, but they cannot lose too much of that control of the map because now they've already had those towers open up, which means Envy could easily just startle Lord and maybe use this as a bait to make sure that Shopee Bosskurr comes in for the recommitment. We're waiting for a little bit of tussle here, and look at Logan already getting chunked out. And as that Lord has the last thing, hits that blazing duet in the middle of it all.
Perisai, what a fantastic zone, but at the same time he has to disengage, but now the fight is going to be here. Reset is that revitalize, going to be resetting the fight, but Rush will be forced to back out. He gets punished from the tank, but Jahan goes to dive from the behind there, but unfortunately will be not able to pick up the backlines, and this will be a very sloppy fight. However, Rush will get taken out from the side of the Envy.
Oh no, Trevor is going on the chase again, but Panjad managed to slow him up a little bit more. Here comes Kolia, trying to pull him back. Perfect pull coming in from Kolia, and there is no escape for Panjad. That's going to be 10 kills in the back for Notorious Villains, and now they can buy the Lord, and this is going to be pretty harsh for Shopee Bosskurr to even go in for a steal. But there's still Logan, there's still some time left, but there's not anymore, as the Lord has been slain, and Notorious Villains are looking for the kills as well.
Oh, Perisai tried to go for the steal into the lot. Unfortunately, wasn't able to take that fight. And unfortunately, you can see the split out fight was super tough. So, Notorious Villains, they understood the gameplay that Shopee Bosskurr needed, right? Solos was able to proc with those meteor shower. All you gotta do is just dodge the entire damage output, and they're gonna be fine. And that's exactly what happened. Imagine if the meteor shower was connected on top of Blazing Duet, things would have went south on the side of Notorious Villains.
Oh, I would still say that there's still a little bit more of that safety net as well. Like, remember, there's still all of these sort of kills coming out from the support. So you really gotta factor in on how they really position, because yes, that was a great Blazing Duet, but without any follow-up, nothing's gonna happen out of that. And you saw them going on a goose chase, everyone was really well scattered, and after that, they just really have to find a way to actually go in for that recommitment, which was not really existing coming from Shopee
Well,
Bosskurr.
the Ice Queen 1 pickup is up on Forza as well, so a little bit more slow effects coming from side of the Notorious to stack up those goals. And Bosskurr Gaming, they have a little bit of struggles here. The Lord is been knocking onto the tier 3, immediately gets down. Here comes the Blazing 2, and it's gonna do so much damage. And they're dropping low enough, and the Glorious halfway is there to disengage a little bit here. So Revitalize is going to be used to try and heal up a little bit more. Shopee Bosskurr, they're going to be resetting this fight. But
Run!
Oh! Stacks up the shield, does up the damage output, and now
look at that meteor shower! Oh my goodness! James is only one tick of health left, but he does have the immortality. But look at how Shopee Bosskurr, they're being pretty composed. They just really want to clear out all these sort of million waves and wait for the right moment before they crash right in. So with that sort of Lord already taken down, this means that Shopee Bosskurr could slowly find a little bit of that leeway in the next push. But for villains, if they do make any mistakes at all, it might just be pretty bad for them, especially if they overextend to dive into the base.
Well, I've talked about this timing, right? You saw how Solar is coming online. Genius 1 is available. He's going to stack over time from the passive ability coming Changi to actually douche out this damage. And Notorious Villains, they're not building any kind of magical defense items yet, and I'm a little bit worried. And except for Azura X is going to be potentially getting an Athena shield, but other than that, they have to be worried about this. But as of now, Logan,
oh, just look at how well they actually move around the map as a unit. And while they're at it, look at what the rest are doing. Perimeter was being sent to its top side, and there's just going to be a little bit of that push from the bottom as well. Now, Bosskurr just have to wait to see what's going to be happening next. And I really like the sort of ability that they have on the side of Envy, but of course, Azura X is the main frontliner, and he's also dishing a whole lot of damage, and he's never dropped a single time in all that fight. And as there's going to be more immortalities, it's going to get worse from there on.
Slowly but surely, I'm worried from side Notorious Villains. They are lacking in terms of physical damage outputs here. Forza going for a hybrid build here is not going to be very helpful here because Shopee Bosskurr, they have so much damage output, especially with Parasite, who's been safe farming the entire game with 0 damage. You saw how Parasite was just dishing out damage, and you know Shopee Bosskurr is trying to bait Notorious Villains into a bad fight, and that's going to be what they're trying to do right now. And they're at the same time, will Notorious Villains prevail? But seems to be 30 seconds left upwards a lot. They are trying to push out the lanes from side Notorious Villains.
Yeah, I would say that they are kind of under level for the time being. They could not really contest in terms of going in for that second Lord, but what they could possibly do while they're at it is to actually extend to all these lanes so that the next Lord, when it comes in, they can eventually buy enough time to actually take it out before anything else happens. But look at how well they just made sure every single lane is pretty much intact.
Lord
and here being
resurrecting soon.
very well disciplined. 11-3 as we see a huge goal deficit from the side of Shopee Bosskurr, and here comes Lord number 2.
Oh, Lord number 2, Fenrir is going to be starting this off here. We saw Notorious Villains playing the split push game, and they want to take all this into a 5-man team fight. But Shopee Bosskurr, they're trying to bait them up. They need one really good pickoff. But Notorious Villains with the immortality up onto James as well as Kolia, this is going to be a tough battle for Shopee Bosskurr. But will they be able to prevail? Now another buff being stolen away from side Envy. Shopee Bosskurr heading in without buff. But Logan, what are you doing?
Oh no, he's getting caught out all by himself. He might just move on. Here comes from Rizai going in, charging over the side of Kolia as they manage to take down the Chow right through. So that's one member off and make that the second one as Astro comes in from the back. They catch it and solos the third one to fall out of Shopee Bosskurr.
Oh, the perfect bait from the side of Notorious Villains. They baited the Lord and Shopee Bosskurr walked right into it, losing 3 per rush. You're next. Envy, they're thinking about closing this game, and they've got it. This is it. Punjahat, last man standing. How will they do this?
And there's not much time left on the clock. Punjahat versus the rest of the Notorious Villains. He's trying to buy a little bit more. He's trying to get it away, and he might just make it. But Punjahat, with his sniper, he's still alive. How is he still alive? But that doesn't matter anymore. Game 1 belongs to Notorious Villains of Singapore.
Wow, what a